Hello and welcome to this episode of Miniatures Rundown. I'm Mitchell and today we're taking a deep pass at the Defiler. Fresh from the Eye of Terror with a new model and some buffed stats. The old default CSM Defiler stat was rather meh. It sported 14 wounds on a toughness 10 frame with a 3-up save and a 5-up invuln. While Scuttling Walker let you move over other monsters and vehicles and 4-inch terrain, the move of 8 inches on a 6-inch base meant it wouldn't clear obstacles in most cases. Finally, the weapon options were just okay. A Forge Fiend outshined it in shooting at a lower cost, and the Defiler had a slight edge in raw damage output over the Mauler Fiend in melee, but the Mauler Fiend is both faster and 60 points cheaper. Our upgraded Defiler is looking beefy. The chassis goes to toughness 11 with 18 wounds and moves 12 inches. Scuttling Walker now ignores all except Titanic models and can travel over friendly and enemy units. Also, Desperate Escape attempts automatically pass, which is useful for a big base like this. Your main gun used to be limited to the Defiler cannon. Now you can choose the identical Hades battle cannon or an Ectoplasma Destructor. You should probably just take the Destructor. Your range drops to 36 inches and you lose the +3 on attacks, but strength jumps to 12 and AP jumps to 3. Perfect for blowing up Terminators and most vehicles and monsters. A pair of Excruciator cannons are the default secondary weapons. The cannon is very serviceable against most mid-range infantry with strength 6 and damage 2. They make up for a poor AP stat with 6 attacks and a 36-inch range. If you want to get close up, the cannons can swap for a pair of Magma Cutters, double Meltaguns. Either of these are great depending on the intended target. Choose the weapon to serve your needs. We continue with the ranged weapon profiles with the Heavy Bale Flamer. A D6 +3 shot, strength 7, AP -2, damage 2 flamer. That makes this guy a menace in short range and great target for Overwatch stratagem. Then there's the Heavy Missile Launcher, which is a missile launcher, but cooler. It's got the usual missiles, which are upgraded to 2 crack shots at strength 10, AP 1, D6 +1 damage, or 2d6 frag shots with blast, strength 5, AP 1 damage. This leans more into the versatility of this beast, being able to pick the weapon for the target he needs. Either the Bale Flamer or the Missile Launcher, or both if you want to double up, can be swapped for the Hades Las Cannon, a 2-shot Las Cannon, enough said. Or a Heavy Reaper Autocannon, which is 4 shots per gun, strength 9, AP 1, damage 3, with devastating wounds and sustained hits 1. Either one could also be swapped for the melee Electro Scourge. Can't double up on this one, unfortunately. It has sustained hits 2 with 5 attacks, strength 12, AP -2, 2 damage. This one is odd, since the strength is so high, but the damage is only 2. It's more likely going to be used to finish off a vehicle after the massive claws have struck, or be the main weapon for clearing out 2-wound infantry. Finally, the main melee weapon is the Shearing Claws. You get the choice of 5 attacks at high enough strength to wound basically anything on a 3-up at worst, AP -3 and D6 +1 damage, an absolute vehicle killer to say the least. The sweep is a bit less impressive. 10 attacks at strength 6, AP 2, but only 1 damage. Yes, something this big and expensive should be able to kill guardsmen and not get stuck in melee, but a unit of 5 Marines won't even be half dead on average unless you also have the Electro Scourge. Keep your aim on the big targets, and keep away from the little guys, or even better, have a way to fall back and shoot or charge. Now for the differences between the factions. In Chaos Space Marines, the Demon Forge ability changes from a free counteroffensive strat that it used to be to boosting your Dark Pacts. In addition to the chosen Dark Pact, you'll reroll wound rolls of a 1. Once per game, the Demon Forge can be overcharged. You're risking taking a maximum 3 mortal wounds if you fail the Dark Pact, but you'll reroll all failed wounds, give you even more vehicle killing. Or anything killing, really. Next up is for Death Guard. While they aren't really hurting for tank busting capabilities, he's a welcome change from the old Defiler. They get an upgrade on literally every weapon they can carry in lethal hits. Except the Bale Flamer, which doesn't benefit from it anyway. In addition to the faction ability of Nurgle's Gift, debuffing enemy units around you, and that's a big base, it gains the Barrage of Filth ability. This has been seen before. It lets you pick a target the Defiler has shot and make them lose cover until the end of the phase. Very helpful for getting the pseudo bonus AP on weapons that don't ignore cover already, like the Plague Belchers. Closest to my heart, of course, is the Emperor's Children. This edition is huge for the 3rd Legion because they have a notoriously difficult time killing big targets. The only weapon change on this is that the strike profile on the claws gain precision for when a character absolutely needs to go down. Strangely, this makes you really want to pick out the units with characters attached to them instead of going for vehicles. It's a good thing you're more likely to be able to choose your target, with the faction ability, Thrill Seekers, letting you fall back, advance, shoot, and charge, with some caveats. That 12-inch movement and Scuttling Walker will be doing serious work in this particular faction. Their bespoke ability for this version is Revel in Desecration. This adds +1 to hit against enemies that are not below half strength. Every single weapon on this bad boy hitting on 2s is exactly what Slaanesh would love. The Thousand Suns Defiler has some interesting changes. It doesn't have the faction ability since it's not a psyker, but picks up a Feel No Pain 6+ for the trouble. Why this is the one and not the Nurgle aligned machine? No idea. Rather than gaining abilities on its weapons, some just get a little better stats-wise. The Magma Cutters go up to strength 10, and the Excruciator Cannon and Heavy Reaper autocannons both get a bonus AP up to -2. You can't take full advantage of all of these at once since they're on the same weapon slots, but it's nice. The other nice thing is the Destroyer of Futures ability, making the Defiler hit on a 5+ in Overwatch or a 4+ if the intended target is within 9 inches. A massive deterrent from moving anywhere near this guy, and a great source for board control. Lastly, and definitely not least, is the World Eaters. They possibly get the best of the bunch, getting the only stat line change across the board with +2 inches movement up to 14, and getting at least rapid fire 1 on every non-flamer gun it has. Absolutely absurd. 1 bonus shot of the Magma Cutters, Las Cannons, and Crack Missiles, 2 on the Destructor and Reaper autocannons, and 3 extra shots on the Excruciator Cannons, Battle Cannon, and Frag Missiles. To make up for this, all ranged weapons hit on 4s normally instead of 3s. Its melee weapons do have bonuses as well. +1 attack for the Strike profile, +2 on the Scourge and Sweep profiles. It also has the Blessings of Khorne ability that lets you pick from a variety of melee buffs like Sustained Hits 1 or Lethal, and the ubiquitous reroll charges. The final bespoke ability is an odd one. At the end of your opponent's movement phase, you can pick an enemy unit within 12 that was set up on the battlefield this turn. Either shoot at it or charge it with the Defiler. Very specific and can be played around, but could deter your opponent from trying to deep strike anywhere near him. And that's it for the new Defiler. It was a long one, but hopefully it was helpful to you. Thanks for watching. Agree, disagree, or got something to add, leave it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Each bit helps the channel get bigger so we can bring you more videos. Remember, death to the false emperor, all hail the dark gods. Bye.